Good morning, everyone. Hello from Australia. It's very, very cold here today. It's wet and windy and only 12 degrees, which is absolutely freezing. This morning, we've got an interesting guest, Debbie Morrell, who is a New Zealander. And Debbie is going to tell her story about she's been involved in a military romance scam, and her scammer took on the persona of, you're right, Debbie, sorry, of Austin Scott Miller. So you're a Debbie.
Hi.
How are you?
Good, thanks. How are you?
Good. I hope it's a nicer day over there today.
No, it's cold here too.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. I was just saying it's only 12 degrees here, so it's very, very cold.
I wouldn't have a clue what the degrees are here, but it's
cold. Now, this is quite amped, actually, because it's a prelude to the World Romance Prevention Day. Scam Day, which is on the 3rd of October. So this is a very, very good conversation that we're going to have. So, Debbie, you've been involved in a romance scam, and your scammer took on the persona of Austin Scott Miller. So, Debbie, would you like to tell your story?
It started on the 16th of April this year. I got a friend request from a General Austin Scott Miller, who I thought at the time, no, I don't know you. So I deleted it, and I think it was a couple of days later, I got another one from him. So I thought, oh, he's persistent. So I accepted it, and we got chatting, and sorry, I've got to try and keep my thoughts together. We started chatting, and we got on really well. He was texting me in the morning and in the afternoon, and before he went to bed and before I went to bed, and then first thing in the morning. And while we were talking, he said that he was based in Yemen and that he needed some money to get his retirement, which I thought, he asked me if I could help him, and I thought, yeah, okay. So I managed to get the money and send it to him by Apple iTunes cards. And we still chatted, and I was beginning to feel for him, and he was calling me babe and sweetheart and how's your day going and I love you, and I sort of thought, this has got to be things just weren't sitting right, and I thought, I'll just carry on and see what evolves. And then he started asking me for more money. Can you get me some more iTunes cards? I need money for they're going to send me to Syria, but he said if I can get more money, they won't send me. So I got him more money, and he ended up supposedly going to Syria, and we lost contact for a while, and I thought, oh, great. I think I've been scammed, and I thought, nah, maybe not. And then he got in touch with me again and said, sorry, I lost Wi-Fi. Can you send me some more money because I need money for Wi-Fi so that we don't lose connection again? So I sent him more money. I had to scrimp and save, and I kind of said to him, I'm asking friends for the money, but I was actually finding it myself. And then somewhere along I can't remember where, he got as far as Australia. He said, I've got my plane ticket. I'm on my way out to you. And I thought, oh God, how am I going to work this one out? And he sent me a photo of him leaving the airport and arriving in Sydney. And I'm thinking, oh God, this is getting close. And then a blackmailer came in on it, which I guess was another scammer,
Mm-hmm.
and said, if you want to continue seeing your fiance, and I thought, we're not engaged, so no. You
Was
need
that
to
the first
set,
time, Debbie, was that the first time that they used that term for you?
yes,
Right.
yes. And he said, I think it was $300, and you've got 24 hours to get it. He said, I know exactly what you're doing on your phone. I know all the chats that you've been doing with Austin. And I thought, oh my God. So I got the 300.
Sorry, Debbie, when you said
Yes,
that,
okay.
that he was blackmailing you, why was he blackmailing you? Was it
He did.
because you sent photos or what was it?
I think it might have been because I'd sent some intimate photos of myself
Mm-hmm.
and also of my face and everything. And so I got the money and sent it to him. And the people where I was buying the cards from, the shop, said, are you aware there's a lot of scams going on? And I said, no. I said, I'm sending this to my son just to keep them off my back, I suppose. And so I got the money, and he said, if you go on back onto WhatsApp, onto your chat site with Austin, I will let you talk to him, but you're only talking to him for a short time. I will cut you off. And I begged and pleaded. I said, please don't do that. I want to talk to Austin. Okay, I'll switch you over now. So we got back and we were both talking. Well, and he said to me, I said, oh, I'm really sorry about what's happened, and I didn't mean for this to happen. And I said to him, I said, I just need you here. I said, I don't care what happens. I said, I just need you here. And he said, yes. He said, I'm on my way. He said, I'm coming to you and I'll be there in a few days. And I thought, okay. And then I think I got cut off from the blackmailer. And then I was talking to Austin, and he said, don't give the blackmailer any information what we're talking about. And I said, well, he knows what we're talking about because he can see. He can see on my phone what I'm doing. And he said, okay. He said, we'll just go along with him. And I thought, oh, God. And so anyway, I went along with it, and Austin, the blackmailer told me that Austin was in Australia and that he was coming to me. And then I was talking with Austin. It was quite confusing because I didn't know whether I was talking to Austin or whether I was talking to the blackmailer. And when I was talking to Austin, he said, I'll send you a photo when I get to Sydney. And I said, okay. I said, I'll wait for the photo. So I waited probably a day, and I got the photo of the Sydney airport, and I thought, oh, yeah, there's a plane, there's Sydney airport. Yep, he's in Australia. And then the blackmailer, I had to send Austin another $300, I think it was, so that he could get some food and get his next ticket to onto New Zealand. And before all this went down, I had to send Austin. It was going to cost Austin $600 to get to his flight ticket. So I had to pay. I sent the $600 to him so he could get his flight ticket. And then he was working with a farmer in Sydney to get to try and get as much money as he can to come here. And I thought, okay. And then I sent him $300, and the blackmailer came back and said, "Oh, thanks very much for that. I just got that. You didn't give it to Austin, you gave it to me." And I said, "Are you the blackmailer?" And he said, "Yes." He said, "I'm the blackmailer. I've been scamming you all the time." And Austin is now walking the streets in New Zealand looking for you. And I thought, oh my God. And then I panicked. I thought, oh, so I was allowed. And then Austin came back to me and he said, "I'm over this, babe. I'm sick of not having any food. I want you. Where are you?" And I said, "I'm in Napier." I said, "The closest airport to me is in Napier, which is about a 45-minute drive." And he said, "I'm in a motel near the airport." And I'm thinking, there's no motels. And he said, "It's dangerous where I am." And I thought, Napier's not dangerous.
Mm.
And I still didn't click. And I said to him, I had to give him, I think it was $150, and I had 24 hours to get it, which I got it. And I said to him, I said, "I'll meet you at the airport. I'm going to the airport." I got the money, sent it to him, and I said, "I'm going to the airport now."
Mm.
And he goes, "Oh, don't go to the airport yet. Wait until I get there." And I thought, okay, so I waited. And then I got blackmailed again. The blackmailer, sent me the intimate photos and said, "Oh, remember this photo?" And I went, "Oh my God." And he said, "You've got 24 hours to give me more money, or I'm posting this on the internet. Everybody will see it. Your family will see it. Your partner will see it, and you'll be trashed."
Now, after all this, you hadn't spoken to anyone about your scam, had you? You had,
No.
and you are in a relationship, so your partner
Yeah.
didn't know anything about
Yeah.
this.
No.
And how were you able to keep it under wraps, Debbie?
It was really, really hard. It's the hardest thing I've ever had to do. My partner kept saying to me, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" "Yeah, I'm okay." "Are you sure?" And I said, "Yes, I'm okay." And I'm thinking, I'm not okay, but I can't tell you. And I kept thinking, I need to tell somebody because I can't bear this anymore. It was getting to the stage where I suffer from anxiety, which was off the chart.
Mm-hmm.
I was every little noise, I was like this. I was on edge the whole time. And I also suffer from COPD, which is chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. And that has been just absolutely mind-boggling trying to cope with that, with everything else, thinking, what am I going to do? I've lost so much money. How am I going to tell somebody? And then I saw, was it Ruth from England?
Yes, Ruth is
Yeah.
Scam Havens United UK.
Yeah, I saw a podcast that she did, I think, and I reached out to her and told her what had happened, and that's when she got me in touch with you and you got me in touch with Gayleen here in New Zealand. But it's been a horrible, horrible 4.5 months.
So Debbie, he got to New Zealand, and what happened in the end?
I never met him.
No, of course you didn't.
I don't think he was even in New Zealand.
No.
Looking back on it now, nothing was true.
It was all a lie.
Yeah.
It was all a lie. Now, Debbie, I didn't know you in the beginning when you first came to me, but I've got to know you a lot better now, and you have come a long way.
Yeah.
And I'm very, very proud of you. And not only that, everyone, I was able to do an intervention with Debbie and her partner. And Debbie told her partner about everything. And of course he was angry, not angry at Debbie, but angry at the scammers. And since then, Alan's been very supportive, hasn't he?
Yeah. Yeah. I wish now I had told him in the beginning, but I didn't want to because I didn't know how to tell him. I didn't want to tell him that I've been sending this guy so much money. And yeah, it was just a horrible, horrible experience.
And Debbie, do you work or are you retired? Or
no, I don't work. I'm retired. Yeah.
Okay, so that would have been pretty difficult trying to find, the
It
money.
It was. Yeah, it was.
No.
Yeah.
And look, as we always say, it's the red flags, and you really have to. I always say, look, ask for a video call. And ask for a live video call. And while you're live video calling, ask them to give you a wave, or stand up and turn around while you're doing a live video call.
Yeah.
They won't do that. They can't do that.
He wouldn't. He rang me one night. It was, it was the early hours of the night. And he rang me and he spoke so fast that I couldn't even, by the time I sort of realised I was on this call, he spoke so fast. I didn't even hear what he said. And he hung up. And when he messaged me, it was always between the hours of 2 and 4 o'clock in the mornings.
And we know why they do that, don't we? I have told you. And why is that?
Sleep deprivation.
That's exactly right. Because I understand that at that wee hour of the morning, your brain is still in the sleep mode and you just don't act like you should be acting. That's right. So when he didn't turn up, did you have any more contact with him after that?
Yeah, on the 4th of September, I presume it was the blackmailer, sent me a photo and said, "Oh, see, I've still got the photo." And prior to that, when we were going through all the getting the money and everything, he when he told me that, when he confessed to me that he was the blackmailer, he showed me him deleting everything, all the files on Austin and myself and all the photos that I'd sent. And I thought, oh, cool, he's deleted them. They're no longer existing, so I don't have to worry. I let my guard down. And then, as I say, on the 4th of September, he sent me a message on WhatsApp, I think it was. Do you remember these? And he had all the photos. And I went,
you're still being taunted.
Yeah. He said, you've got 24 hours. Otherwise, if you don't reply, I'm putting these all on the internet and your family's going to find out, your partner's going to find out. And I thought, oh my God, what am I going to do?
Mm. What have you learned from this experience?
Trust your gut. If it seems too real, it's a scam.
Mm. Mm. Trust and verify.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
And as I've explained to you before, Debbie, when I was helping you through your scam and getting you out of the scam, I explained to you that the scammers do work in groups and they work
Yeah.
in shifts. And what they do, they're sitting, in front of their laptop and they pause the conversation, and then the next one will come on and we'll restart the conversation. And you'll notice that they will have different personalities. Did you notice that?
I did. And I
Mm.
also noticed they always kept saying, "Have you eaten yet?"
Yes.
No, I haven't eaten. I've got no food.
Mm. Mm.
Thinking in the back of my mind, I was thinking, well, if I tell them I've got no food, I've got no money, I can't get any more money, that they would leave me alone, but they didn't. They just kept hounding. And of course, I panicked every time they wanted money, and I thought, how am I going to do this?
Mm.
And I said, well, you have to give me a little bit of time to work out how I'm going to get the money. And I foolishly, looking back on it now, I always came through with the money. So they knew that whatever we do, we give her as much time as she wants, she'll come through with the money. And he kept saying to me, I know you'll come through, babe. You always have. I love you for it. You're the best person in my life. And you're such a sweetheart. And I thought,
Did he
yeah,
say why he couldn't access his accounts?
they were frozen. And he said to me, I had to send him, I think it was $150, so that his headquarters would release him in Syria to come home. And I thought, if you're in the military, and I mean, I don't know why I didn't click. I thought to myself, well, if you're in the military, surely they would cover you for coming home. No, they can't, because I'm in Syria and they're in the States. They can't intervene in our. And I thought, oh well, yeah. I guess I don't know how the military run because I've never been involved in the military before. So I just got sucked in
Mm. Mm.
real bad.
How long did it take you from the moment you had contact with him to where they got you in a romantic relationship?
Probably about 3 weeks.
That's amazing.
Mm.
They
Oh,
know what to say.
you're just so beautiful. I love you, and you're the world to me. And he was sending me messages with love hearts all round it, and bombarded me with love hearts. And I thought, oh, this guy's really,
It's all
really,
copy and paste, as you know.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And I now know, yeah,
It's all copy and paste. I mean, Debbie, they can access their accounts. They can access their accounts worldwide, wherever they are. So that's one red flag.
yeah.
The other one is that they do have access to the internet while they're away. And there's also welfare buildings where they can go and access the internet while they're away.
Mm,
So there is welfare buildings. Um, and as far as their leave, they can access their leave. They can apply for their leave and they get paid leave. So pardon me, they will try anything and everything
Yeah.
And look, Debbie, as I said to you before, they do not have a conscience.
No.
They are just evil. Absolutely evil. And you're saying you're going to Ruth. Now, Ruth is absolutely wonderful. Ruth has got so much knowledge, that lady. I have a lot of respect for her, and we work well together. And like you, I listened and soaked up like a sponge all the information she gave me. And that's how I repaired.
Yeah.
And it is pretty hard, when people are telling you, even the banks are telling you that you've been involved in a romance scam, and you might have seen them on video call, you might have heard them on a phone call, and it's hard to accept. You're
Yeah.
broken-hearted, because that's what they do. They play with the heartstrings.
Yeah.
And they do not care about you. They're in love with your money, and your money only.
And they'll do whatever they can to get that money from you.
No, I mean, look at poor Alicia. Alicia had such a difficult time with her scammer, and the evilness that they portrayed on her, it was terrible. Especially when her partner, Steve, he passed away, and the scammer wanted the money that she had to bury her husband, so she had to give him that. It was terrible.
Oh, they're
Absolutely terrible.
Yeah.
So they don't care.
No, they don't. And they don't care how you get it as long as you get it. And he was always saying, oh, I'll pay all your friends back. I'll give them all everything I've got, all my money. I've got so much money. I can give it all back to you when I get there.
And I'll pay you back in double.
Yeah.
Debbie, have you found, since you've come to us, have you found that you've been educated?
Very much so. Yeah, I know all the red flags now. I'm at the stage where I've got a very close friend that I keep in touch with on WhatsApp, and I'm very, very cautious about going onto the WhatsApp app just in case it's not her. And if there's
you can do a video call on WhatsApp.
Yeah. And as soon as I see her name with the message beside, I go, oh, thank goodness. But if there's any strange numbers come up on it, I don't answer them.
No, definitely not. And one thing I always say to people who come to us is there is no victim shaming whatsoever.
Yeah.
And you don't have to feel worthless or ashamed or embarrassed.
Yeah.
Because you're in a low part of your life when it happens.
Yeah.
And when people listen to what we say to them, it's wonderful. Unfortunately, there is some that don't.
Yeah.
And they continue in their scam, or they'll get into another scam, and it's extremely frustrating, very frustrating. I always say, when I have a victim, do you mind if we do a video call? And I do that for a purpose, and that is so they can see me and who I am, and I am from Scam Haters United Australia and New Zealand.
Yeah.
I'm not somebody who's,
not scared to do a video chat.
Pardon me, I've got a bit of a frog in my throat this morning. Exactly. So with so when it all fit, how did it finish actually?
I just stopped contacting them. I just thought, no, I can't do this anymore. I'm at rock bottom. I don't need this anymore. I'm not I'm not replying. And I think that was after I first spoke with you
Mm-hmm.
and was told what they're like. I thought, no, that's something that has anything more to do with them.
Because they will try anything and everything, any way that they can get around to it. And no, they will actually even try to contact family members.
Mm.
No, they just will not stop. They will go through your friends list because they can actually hack into your account, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And they will get
I
into your.
actually, I think just before I got in touch with Scam Haters United, I think I went in and locked my Facebook profile. Because the funny thing was, when we first started chatting, I said to him, I said, what made you click on my profile?
Mm.
And he said, oh, I read it and I thought you were just a wonderful, lovely person and I wanted to get to know you. And I thought, well, my profile picture was of my dog.
Oh, really?
And I thought to myself, that's strange. And I said to him, I said, but my profile, I said, you haven't seen me. I said, I could be a withered up old lady. And he said, oh, but your profile just said so much. And I thought, I actually went into my profile and there was nothing on my profile about me.
Mm.
And I said to him, I said, but my profile picture is of my dog.
Mm.
Yes, I know. I love dogs. I've got a dog of my own. And I was thinking, oh, okay, then, yeah, maybe so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So the red flags were there,
Mm.
but I couldn't read them.
Mm. Mm. And I mean, and as you said, Debbie, before you came to us, you didn't know about the red flags.
No.
And, you know, I just always say, you know, for goodness sake, you know, trust and verify. Always trust and verify who you are talking to.
Yeah. Yeah.
So have you had any more scammers trying to contact you?
No.
Excellent.
No.
That's wonderful. And as far as, are you on any other social media
No.
platforms?
No. Facebook's the only one I'm on.
Okay. And what about your WhatsApp? Do you have privacy settings in those too?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I think I went through and changed all those to just the friends that are on my list. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's exactly that's it. That's the right way to do it. Look, they what did your partner say to you when you told him everything?
He wasn't angry. He said, I'm not angry. He said, I'm just pleased that you finally opened up. He said, I knew there was something troubling you because he said for the 4.5 months, he said you were very, very quiet. And he said you were on edge all the time. And I thought, didn't think I was showing that. But yeah. And it was the hardest thing having to admit to him that I'd been scammed and that it had gone on for 4.5 months, nearly 5 months.
Had you been scammed before?
I had been scammed a couple of years ago. And he was in Miami in the States. And it was not a romantic scam, but he did get money out of me once again.
Mm-hmm.
And he video chatted with me so I could see him. And I thought, oh, yeah, it's all right. That's what your picture looks like that you sent me. Yeah. And he also had a daughter that was away at school. And he would ring quite regularly. But we only did the odd video chat.
Mm-hmm.
And
was it a live video chat, do you think?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Mm.
I'm not too sure.
Could you hear him?
Yeah, I could hear him, but he would do the video chat, but I could hear him, but I couldn't see him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was, looking back on it now, it was unusual. Yeah, I never actually spoke to him like you and I are.
Mm-hmm.
He was always, yeah, he had the camera or whatever he was using to the side of him so that I could see his outline, but I couldn't see his
You could
face.
see his silhouette.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
And he was asking me for money, and then I just stopped. I thought, you're not listening to me. You're not understanding me. I don't want anything more to do with you. So I just stopped, and he stopped.
Mm. Mm.
And then he did get in touch with me while I was being scanned by Austin, just to say, touch base, and hi, how are you? And,
Oh, my goodness.
long time no see. And I'm thinking, oh, okay, yeah. And I think I might have said to him that I've been scanned again. And he goes, oh, well, I know this person that I'll get in touch with the FBI and they'll be in touch with you to get your money back. And I thought, yeah, chances of that were going pretty slim. So I just blocked him and I haven't heard back from him.
Debbie, you said that you used gift cards to send to Austin. Was it only gift cards, or did you actually send money too?
No, it was all through the gift cards.
And that's unfortunate because, as you probably understand, I've actually explained that to you. The gift cards are untraceable.
Yeah.
Which is a real shame. And the way that they obtain the money from gift cards is that you'll buy the gift card for them and you'll scratch the bottom of the panel.
Yeah.
And then you'll send them that code. And that's why they get the money. Oh. And then they will and then they will actually sell those gift cards onto other scammers. And they'll get about, I think it's about 75% of the monetary value that they get. Yeah. They're very, very, very sneaky, extremely sneaky.
Oh, far out.
Mm-hmm. Now, here in Australia, we've had a bit of a win in the last week or so where the banks here in Australia are starting to listen to scam victims.
Yeah.
Which is wonderful. Because there's a lot out there. It's not only romance scams, there's investment scams, extortion scams. There's absolutely anything you can think of, they're covering. With the scammers with your Austin Scott Miller scam, did he get nasty towards the end?
Yeah, I think he did. He came across as very angry because I wasn't getting the money quick enough. And I said, well, I've got to find it. I'm not a money tree. Well, go to the bank, get a loan out from the bank. I said, I can't go to the bank. I've got no money. I kept saying to him, I've got no money. And he just wouldn't listen, wouldn't understand where I'm coming from, and he'd say, "Oh, but you don't understand where, why I need this money and blah blah blah." And I said, "Well, you don't understand where I'm coming from. I can't just get the money at the click of my fingers." And he was getting quite angry. I
And
suppose
there's
he was a
always,
bit nasty.
yeah, and there's always a sense of urgency
Yeah,
with them.
yeah.
No, always a sense of urgency.
Mm.
Yeah, they will try anything and everything. What, how do you feel about your scammer now?
I would love to throttle him. But I know it's not the real Austin Scott Miller.
No, it's not. The real Austin Scott Miller, he's not on any social media. He's
No.
now retired, and he's very happily married. And he's just one of thousands of military men that are used for military romance scams. Dustin Caps, who's done a video this morning. Dustin's been used for the last 10 years.
Oh, wow.
And the same with Caesar Camacho.
Yeah.
He's continuously used. And Edward Bryan. It's just to name a few.
Yeah.
And it's also females too, female military members that are used. And we also have scammers that take on celebrity profiles, where they'll scam a celebrity profile.
Yeah.
So they just won't stop.
No.
And all they just want that money so they can buy the best of clothes, the best of food, they can get a car. Pardon me. They have a better lifestyle than what we do.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I've seen a few videos. I actually saw, I don't know whether you put it on your website or who put it on, but I just happened to click on it one day, and here's my friend Austin Scott Miller, the real Austin Scott Miller, as in the scammer. And he's sitting on his bed with his laptop between his legs, doing his business. And I thought, you asshole. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that.
Yeah, no, that's okay.
I thought, you asshole. You are the one I've given all my money to. I've scrimped and gone without stuff to give you the money.
And they don't care. As I said, they have no conscience, and they don't care how, to the degree that it's affecting you emotionally.
Yeah.
And it also has a psychological, effect on you and the family. As you said, with your partner, he could tell that something was wrong, but you couldn't tell him. No. So it was affecting you. It not only affects you, it affects your spouse, children, everything, even in your everyday life, in your working career.
I wasn't sleeping at night. I was, I thought, oh, how am I going to get out? How am I going to find the money to send to him, thinking I was helping him out, when really I was helping a Nigerian have a great life.
Exactly. And as we know, I've explained to you too, some of those scammers are literally young kids, 14 years of age. That's horrendous.
It is horrendous.
14 years old. I wonder if their parents know. Sorry?
And I guess that's all they'll know.
Unfortunately, that's the truth. That is the truth. They don't know anything different.
No.
No, it's terrible. So, Debbie, it's you said you didn't have anyone to talk to. Did you
No,
go to your doctor or anything like that to see if
no,
you?
no.
So you had to suffer in silence.
Yeah, I suffered in silence. The doctor said to me, I did go to the doctor and I said, oh, look, things are just getting on top of me at the moment. And I burst into tears and she said, is everything all right? And I said, yeah. I said, it's just everything's getting on top of me. So she put me on some antidepressant tablets.
Mm-hmm.
And I suppose I was kind of hoping that she would have delved into why I needed the antidepressant tablets,
Mm-hmm.
but she didn't. And I didn't say why I needed them. I just thought they'll get me through what I'm going through at the moment, hopefully, which they did. They did help a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I couldn't tell anybody until I told Alan, my partner, when we did the video chat together.
Mm-hmm.
And that
Mm-hmm.
was a big relief. I thought,
Mm.
oh, finally I've told somebody about it.
I could actually see the relief in your face when I was doing the intervention chat
Yeah, yeah,
with you two, and you could just see it all just leaving your body. You were a different person.
yeah, yeah,
And that's what I always say. Just by talking about it, talking it out aloud, it's amazing.
yeah,
And don't, for goodness sake, don't think that, how stupid can I be? You're not stupid. It can happen to anyone,
mm,
absolutely anyone. And it
mm,
can be a very bright person, and also that with the scammers, they do prey on, if you've got a male scammer, they do tend to prey on older women.
mm,
They love widows, which I found out, unfortunately, in my situation. But they love widows.
mm.
And you'll find that with the scammers, they will want to know all about you and they will speak very little of themselves.
Yeah, yeah. He even knew, because he asked me when my birth date was,
Mm-hmm.
and I told him, and he said, "Oh, that's the same day as mine."
Oh, gosh.
And I thought, he said, no, he said, oh, that's the same day as mine. He said, I know that because I saw that on your Facebook profile. And I thought, oh. And then during the time I was being scammed, I did do some research on Austin Scott Miller, and it was, yes, he is a general, he's been in the army, he's in the army, and he's this and he's that, and his birth date's I think it's the 15th of September 1961, I think it is.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, oh, okay. And then I think that was before we actually discussed our birthdays. And he said, oh, yeah, my birthday's the 30th of March too. And I'm thinking, oh, okay. Yeah. And I thought, maybe they got that wrong. And you see, that was a red flag.
Mm. Mm.
And I just didn't click on it. And I'm thinking, oh, okay. Oh, well, we'll carry on and see see how this develops.
Mm. Yes, yes. What I just briefly want to touch on, you said that when he got to Sydney, he was working on a farm to get some money. So
Oh,
how did he get from the airport to the farm, from the farm to New Zealand? We hadn't touched on that.
I don't know. He didn't work out. Because he sent me a photo of his bags in Sydney Airport. He said, yeah, he said, I'm at the airport, babe. And I went, oh, sweet. And he sent me a photo of the plane out on the tarmac. And then he messaged me the next day, I think, and said, oh, I had a car accident going to the airport. I'm in hospital. And I thought, oh, God. There was always something happens every time I
Very
went.
dramatic.
Yeah, something dramatic happened. And he said, I need money for my drugs to get me better and to get me in better enough to.
Oh, where is she gone? I've lost her. Oh, what a shame. I've lost her. So sorry, everyone. We seem to have lost Debbie. As a result of Debbie's scam, I'm very, very pleased to say that Debbie has come a long way, and that is just hang on a tick. Come back in, Debbie. She has come in a long way by listening and education, awareness and support, and that's the main thing. And this is what we do. We have got Scam Haters United in the UK, we have them in the States, we have them in the Philippines, we have them in Denmark, Germany, Spain, and of course here in Australia and New Zealand. We're absolutely everywhere. So you don't have to be alone. Please, please come to us in this area, obviously for Australia and New Zealand. And the reason why we say come to us for Australia and New Zealand is because of the geographical area and the time. We will listen, and there is no victim shaming whatsoever. No victim shame at all. So welcome back, Debbie. I don't know what happened.
I don't know. I was wiping my keyboard and I think I swiped
Oh,
something.
sorry.
I'll leave your keyboard alone. Sorry for that.
That's okay, Debbie. That's fine. That's all right. We haven't got much more time anyway. So
Yeah.
I was just saying how you have done so well by listening to the awareness and education and the support that we have given you.
Yeah, it's been amazing.
You know, it's and we love it. We really, really love it when we're able to help somebody out of an horrendous scam, because every scam is horrendous.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't matter what type of scam it is, and it doesn't matter how much you've lost. We will always help you. Always help you.
Yeah.
I'm so pleased that you were able to speak to Gayleen.
She's lovely. Ruth's lovely too. I don't think I've actually did a video chat with Ruth. But you ladies are just absolutely wonderful.
Oh, thank you.
And thank you for all the education on these horrible people.
Yeah.
And if I can help somebody,
it's just bringing awareness.
Yeah.
Bringing awareness.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what we're here for. It's unfortunately, look, scams are going to be around forever. We know that. But my motto is, when the money stops, the scam stops.
Yeah.
And that's so very true.
It is. Yeah.
And always, always talk to someone. You know, if you can't talk to your family, try and find and search out for a counsellor.
Yeah. Yeah.
because a lot of people don't want to talk about it.
Mm.
It's it can be quite embarrassing for some people.
Mm. I found it embarrassing. It was like, I was scared people would say, well, how could you be so stupid and send money to somebody you didn't know?
No, no.
And the
Yeah.
whole time I was being scammed, I kept thinking to myself, I wish my life would just go back to how it was before this all happened. When I
Mm.
was happy and, I was able to go about my daily things, not thinking, oh, is he going to text today? Is he, always text, oh, cool, I'm all excited. And,
Mm.
while we had the contact, it was like, oh, I feel really good. And, and then when it all stopped, it was like, I kind of missed it.
Of course you do, because it is it's a romance.
Yeah.
That scammer is giving you, he is taking your heart,
Mm.
and he's saying the right things to you, or she is saying the right things to her man that she's scamming.
Yeah.
You're hearing the things that you want to hear,
Yeah.
you it's it's euphoria.
Yeah.
It's euphoria. Um, you just don't want it to end.
Mm.
And I always say, when a scam starts, it always starts with hello.
Mm.
Always hello. Please, people, if you have somebody that comes to you that you don't know, Henry's on the lounge and he's snoring his head off. And you have somebody coming to you and they'll say hello and you don't know them, you don't have to answer them. Look,
No.
I get it all the time now. I get lots and lots of messages and I look at it and I don't even answer it and I just totally wipe it off and block them. The
Mm.
same with my Instagram. I've got a verified account on Instagram and I get lots of people wanting to befriend me, but no, if I don't know them or if I haven't had any interaction with them, I won't accept them.
Mm. That's
So
what.
it's a
That's
losing
another.
battle.
Yeah, that's another thing Austin said to me. He said, I can tell that you're talking to other men. And I thought, I'm not. You're the only one I'm talking to. Oh, but I can see you're talking to somebody else. Block them now, because they're scammers. Block them. Go and
Mm,
block them. Have you blocked them? Yes, I've blocked them.
mm.
And it was like, yeah, but I couldn't block you.
Because that scammer only wants you and you alone. And
Yeah,
he wants to try and get as much money out as he can.
yeah,
As he can.
yeah.
But Debbie, I wanted to say thank you so much. I know that Alicia and Galen and myself are extremely proud of you.
Yeah.
You
Thank
know,
you.
and I'm proud of Alan
Yeah,
for listening to you.
yeah.
And anybody, who needs help, we're here.
Mm,
There's no victim shaming whatsoever.
no. Well,
No.
without you ladies, I wouldn't be in the position I am in today,
Thank
knowing
you,
what I
Debbie.
know and all the education that you put out there. It's amazing.
Thank you. Yeah,
Yeah,
we're pretty busy. We're pretty busy.
yeah, yeah,
All right, my sweet. Well, I must
yeah,
finish it there because otherwise we're going to get cut off. But thank you
yeah.
so much.
Oh,
Uh,
thank you for allowing it.
no, no, no. I think it's wonderful.
Yeah,
It'd be
and
lovely if we could get more
if I can
people.
help somebody else, well, it's all worth it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Debbie.
Okay, be in
Okay.
touch.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Good night.
Bye bye.